What's going on, everybody? Prime Time Fits here. So, this is a little bit of a video series on something different. I know that I'm normally doing the videos by myself, other than FUBAR, but we're gonna bring Justin into this one because we really, especially when I came to the DAB, we really tried to make sure that people knew, like in their new truck and everything like that. So, you have coming to upgrade. You are getting your own truck, whether or not it's company or whether or not it's lease, you're getting your own truck. Now, what's the process on it? So the process, you're coming in. Now, if you're being brought in for upgrade classes, which we're calling it upgrade, because really what you're doing is you're upgrading from a B seat to an A seat. B seat is still within the training program, you're still a T&T, but now you're coming into the solo, which is A.
You're all grown up now.
Nothing.
All grown up.
So, if you're being brought in on class, normally the way it's going to go is that they already have a truck allotted for you if you're coming in. So, they look at numbers of trucks and they look at when they're going to get certain trucks in. That's when they start to get an idea of what type or how many people they're going to be bringing in weekly for classes, because we have people upgrading every week.
Every week.
So we have trucks coming in, hopefully every week. But first step, you're going to go through your PSC class. You're going to come in, you're going to go through PSC, you're going to go back to, more likely you're going to go back to campus, you're going to have room and board, they're going to provide you a room.
By yourself this time.
That's true, it is by yourself this time.
Yeah, you're a big boy now.
Exactly.
Get your own room.
Get your own room. So, also those rooms end up being a little bit nicer too.
Yeah, because there's not two people.
This is true. Well, the rooms are nicer. Like, those are the renovated rooms. So,
Oh, this thing is
yeah, the rooms that are in the back. So, you got nicer rooms. So, first thing you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up going through the PSC class, which stands for Prime Safety Certified. Now, Prime Safety Certified, you're going to be going through this, and this is basically, you're going to be watching a lot of videos. You're going to be doing some stuff on the simulator. You're going to be going through a little bit of a test whenever you come back to make sure that you basically learn what you need to learn on TNT.
I done took my test. I done passed.
Exactly.
I went on the team. Oh,
you gotta do another one.
dang you, Prime, and all your testing.
Exactly. You're gonna have to go through. It's gonna be on a simulator. Now, for those of you that end up getting sick, motion sickness, everything, they still want you to try to do it on the simulator. But if you get motion sickness, what they'll do is they'll have you come down to the pad, have you get one of the trucks, and you'll go through the same thing of what you would on the simulator down on the pad, which is backing in between two trailers.
Wow.
So after that, at the end of the PSC class, which lasts about 4 or 5 hours, you're going to get a schedule. You're going to get a schedule that's going to tell you all the different classes of what you're going to be going to. So especially if you're going lease, you're going to be going to, the Jump Start. You're going to be going through Jump Start. I don't think you're not going to be going through ACE 2, because ACE 2 is something that you got to go through after you have 30 days of...
Well, there's 2 steps to it. So you have ACE and then ACE 2. And then you're basically going through that after your first few weeks of, first month or two going out there, generate some revenue and see how you're doing. Hey, Dean.
Now, ACE 2 is basically helping you get your money for your business. So make sure that you're running profitably. So they're going to have you see your revenue for those. Well, I think it's 90 days, or is it 60 days?
Somewhere in that
range.
So
in that range, you're going to have your pay stubs for those times. You're going to see your MPGs. They're going to have all these numbers so they can see whether or not you're being profitable. And if you're having issues being profitable, they're going to give you some guidelines of what you need to do.
That's not part of upgrading.
Keep it moving. Anyway, it's still upgrading me. But anyway, you're also going to go through the Jumpstart class. I personally didn't go through the Jumpstart class because I was a company driver.
Me too.
So I know that they're going to teach you about...
It didn't exist when I came here.
Yeah. I know they're going to teach you about LLCs. They're going to try to help you set all that stuff up. So if you hadn't done anything business-wise before, they're going to try to help you out as much as what they can. Now, if you're a company signed, you're going to go through company NDOC, which is a company upgrade class, which you're going to learn depending on whether or not you're going flatbed or you're going reefer. I think it's like Tourette's. Tourette's. Anyway, you're going to be going through those classes, which is going to teach you what the day in and day out of what it's going to be a company driver, what's covered, what's not, which I mean, there's not very many that's not covered when it comes to them actually paying. Anyway, you're going to learn all of that stuff. I believe you're also going to go through a logs class.
You're going to go through everything to make sure that you know everything. There's no way you're going to be able to say, I didn't know.
Pro maintenance class.
Because basically what you're saying is, I didn't pay attention.
Right. I think you're also going to be doing pro maintenance class as well. And
I really need to take that class.
Yeah, I need to. Now, the reason why we didn't take that class is because that class wasn't offered to us whenever we upgraded.
But we should take it and see how it goes.
We should. Then after that, you're going to be, like I said, you're going to be doing logs class. You're also, I think we're still doing the automated transmission class.
Which is goofy, because at this point, if you don't know.
You don't know how to work an automated transmission at 30,000 miles, I don't think a class is going to help you. But they still have you go through that stuff.
Now the big moment, Sean.
And the big moment's here.
Big moment's here.
You go to Success Leasing, but wait a minute, prime time, I'm not leasing a vehicle. It's still leased.
Yes.
You are not paying for that lease.
Prime is.
Prime is paying for that lease, but you still have to go to Success Leasing to put your name onto the waiting list for your truck.
They go online now.
They do. So you go online, put your name on that list. Now you're gonna have a whole bunch of CBTs, which the computer-based trainings are gonna be the same computer-based trainings that you did whenever you got your license, and the same ones that you did whenever you're going through orientation. I know it's a big pain in the butt, but you have to do them anyway.
It's different processes and different steps. So you do the
I
same
don't know
things
why
for
it's
different. Well, I'm just saying, like, you're doing the same thing for different reasons.
Right.
So, like, when you go through it in orientation, it's just educational. When you go through it after, because I don't think they do them after they upgrade anymore, or after they pass. I think they do them when they upgrade. So now that, yes, it's the same video as an orientation, but you weren't an employee at the time. So now that you're an employee, we have to make you watch it again. Now that you're going through step 2, it's allowed to cover your basis nonsense.
Exactly. So, but what's next is that you're going to be waiting for the truck. Normally, you're going to be waiting. I mean, there's a chance that they might have a truck for you right off the bat, but you're a company driver, you're still going to be getting paid waiting for a truck. You're going to be back in your room, but then you're going to get that call. You're going to get a call from Success Leasing. So that number is going to have a 417 area code. Answer it. Answer any 417s from now until the time that you're done with Prime. Answer 417 area codes.
Yeah, if you're done with Prime, don't answer those.
Yeah, if you have nothing to do with Prime, don't answer them. But answer the 417s. So now they tell you to go ahead and come on down to Success Leasing. We have a truck for you.
Come on down.
Which is over in the Z building, which is right next to the Millennium building. Technically, they're connected. So
if you get dropped off by the shuttle, hook a left when you're facing the building and walk to the very last door.
Yep.
You're there. That's simple.
You go in.
Who needs a map?
You're going to talk to one of the receptionists at the front desk. They're going to give you the keys to the truck, and they're going to tell you the truck number, and they should tell you where the truck's located, because what they can do is they can pull it up, and they should be able to tell you where it's located. And now, here recently, we're starting to put all of the trucks over into the Success Leasing area to where it's right next to Success Leasing, to where all you got to do is walk over there, and all the trucks are lined up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's dab stuff. So, but now you have to go, you have to grab this big sheet that's going to basically going to be a big pre-trip. Go through all of those things.
This is the most important piece of paper you're going to get.
Yes.
Especially if you are a lease person. Especially if you are a company person. Don't think that, oh, I don't have to really fill this out because I'm just a company guy. We will, and I say we as in Prime, will hold you accountable for any damage done to that truck.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so make sure you're going over. This is the most important piece of paper.
Very, very true. So now you go look at the truck. You find the truck. Look at the outside. Look at the outside. Look for any dings, scratches. Look for big dents. Look for any kind of defect on the outside of that truck. Start from the outside. Move yourself in. Open up the hood. Check your oil. check your belts, check your fluid levels, check all of that stuff. See wear and tear, see if you have, normally, especially I would say like whenever I would get a truck washed, I would make sure that I got the engine washed as well, because that will show you if you have a leak.
Yes.
If the engine's always clean, you're always gonna know if there's a leak, which is important. So now, go get into the truck. Now, a lot of times, some of these trucks are dead. Now, some of these have been sitting there for a while. And some of them don't turn off. They don't turn off the main switch.
Right. Number one,
Yeah.
check the main switch.
Check the main switch. For the Freightliners and everything like that, it's going to be on the bottom of the floor, right next to the driver's seat, to the left-hand side. For Peterbilt, that's going to be, the kill switch is actually going to be right behind the driver's seat, up against the wall. There are a couple trucks that actually have it on the back wall of the cab. It's a full switch. I know it's weird to have it on the outside, but some of them are there.
It's weird.
But check that switch. Make sure that everything is good. Pop it on. Put your code in. Give it on. See all the lights come on. Make sure all the lights go off. Preferably the little ones that have a little engine on them.
And especially if they're yellow.
Yeah.
If they're yeller.
Or red.
Or red. Definitely red is
Definitely bad.
You're not going anywhere if it's red.
Exactly. Start the truck up. You've been driving a truck for about 30,000 miles. You know how a truck is normally supposed to feel, even whenever it's at idle. If you're feeling bumps, if you're feeling it's running hard, just be smart about it. Crank the AC on, crank the heat on. You have a whole list of all these things you're going to go down. Look for the cleanliness of the truck.
Very important.
It is very important. These trucks, whenever they go to give them to you, should have gone through detail, and that means that everything should have been cleaned on the inside. Now, sometimes they're smokers, sometimes it's harder to get some of this stuff out. Write it down. You write it down, they can probably put it through detail again to make sure that they missed any spots. Because mind you, they have a lot of trucks going through detail at any given time.
Right.
It's not an excuse on their part, but just say some things are missed. So don't suffer in silence and go out there and then later on go on Facebook and be upset like, I'm so mad, my truck was dirty, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't tell nobody except for Facebook, and Facebook ain't going to do crap for you. So now start the truck, see how everything's going, Qualcomm's working, check every light, or the lights are in the back, check the bump, see if you have a new mattress. Normally they put a new mattress on for the trucks that are coming through, whether or not it's a used or a new one. You might be getting a used truck. If you're a company driver, you might be getting a used one. Even if you're leased, you are subject to what is on the lot at that time. The first truck that you get may be a slightly used truck, and maybe a truck towards the end of a lease. You're going to maybe have to go for a short lease because there was no brand new trucks that were on the lot. You are going to be subject to what is on the yard at that time. Now, after you completed, I believe, 90 days, you can actually order your own truck, and it's going to come in between now and the end of days.
It's basically, you got to be closer to the end of your lease. They're not just going to let you. Basically, you got to finish the lease to order a truck.
Right.
Well, that is basically what they've said.
I know now it's like it's the 90 days. Like if you 90 days is the earliest in which you can actually try to order one.
Well, let's be and lease drivers. This is the most important thing you can do, because you have to understand they are going to charge you for everything that is, when you turn said truck in, they're going to charge you for everything.
Right.
So you need to make sure you document this. Document it on their paper, document it on your own paper. You should be going, if you're a lease guy, you should be going in, you should be getting the history of the vehicle.
Yes.
You should be getting all of these things to make sure that they're in order. Take pictures. Use a development camera, take a picture of it, of the truck. Take pictures of any damage you see. Take any pictures, cleanliness, this, that. Like, there's a guy, a buddy of mine, man, like his armrest was busted. Mm-hmm. And they charged him $300 for that. You know what I mean? Like, when he turned his truck in, it was a $300 freaking armrest. You know what I mean? Like, and if it's already there, then why are you being charged for it? You know what I mean? Like, because you didn't tell somebody it wasn't there.
Now, also,
get the truck washed. It's a free wash right
yes.
at the gate before you turn that paperwork in.
Check all compartments. Because sometimes people have left stuff behind. And I've found cell phone. Ooh. I found keys that weren't to my truck. So just check all your compartments. If you're a company driver, you're gonna have to put it through Bay 22. Is it 22 or 21? I think it's 21. Yeah, A21. 21, you have to take it through there to make sure that it is turned down to company spec. You're gonna have to go through there whenever you go to turn in your paper anyway, because it turns into Bay 47. You're gonna turn in your inspection sheet to them to make sure that they know everything is good to go. If it has to go into the shop for anything, they'll try to set you an appointment right there. But you're like, prime time, I just got this truck. Why does it have to go into the shop? Stuff happens. It's not ideal, but the stuff that you're gonna have to deal with. You might as well get it dealt with right there at the yard, then go out on the road, and then you go 30 miles or an hour down the road, and now you're broke. You're broke down because you didn't want to put it through the shop. So put it through the shop, and also even if you're a company driver, and you're thinking, if I don't take this truck in there, they're not going to turn it down to company spec. Wrong. They are going to see that they have an average of all these other trucks, and they can actually pull up all the diagnostics on your truck. And if you're on a company fleet of which the trucks are only supposed to be going 62 miles an hour and yours is going 65, they're going to be like, come back in.
Yeah, they're going to route you back.
They're going to find out. So don't think that you're going to pull a slick one. They're going to find out. So
enjoy it while you have it.
Exactly. Some people like to say enjoy it while you have it. Other people might be like, hey, I don't want to get in trouble. So
yeah, definitely did that too.
Yeah. So now I would also make sure you check the tires.
Ooh, yeah.
Check your tires. You want to try to have tread that's even on all your tires. There are some times that they may put tires on that were like have one really good tire and you have 3 really bad ones. Check your tire depth. Check to see also, like this also could have been a lease truck and it's at almost right at minimum on the tread depth. See if they can't take it in there to get your tires checked, everything like that. Try to see.
Roll over to the tire shop. Those guys are pretty good. They're like, hey, can I get you to just check these out? I was concerned about this. Can you just look at that and let me know?
Right.
And they'll come out real quick, take a look at it, and if it needs something, they'll set an appointment for you.
Right.
Pretty much everybody going through the process will.
Yeah. If you go in there and also say that, hey, this is my first truck, I just want to see if you guys can check out the tires, make sure everything is good. They're not going to give you a hard time on it.
No, nobody's going to give you a hard time.
No,
much on anything.
They're really not, because they know a lot of these people have been through this. Like we have people that get new trucks on a daily basis. They know what to look at. They know that there's going to be people having questions, so don't worry about that. Now,
get them answered before you get out. If you run into a situation you're unsure of, ask somebody something.
Now you've gone through Bay 47. You turned in your paperwork. You can also get some extra keys if you only have one key. So you can go to the parts department. You can get your keys. You're also going to go to the parts department. You're going to get a whole bunch. You're going to get fluids. You're going to get extra wipers. You're going to get a whole list of stuff that's actually in a list that they give you. They give you whenever you upgrade. So you say go to the parts department. They have this basically almost kind of like a little kit that they're going to give you. So it's going to have oil, it's going to have antifreeze, you're going to get windshield washer fluid, extra wipers, summer windshield wipers, winter windshield wipers, you're going to have extra lights, fuses, all of that stuff. So it's going to be at the parts department.
What happens if I used mine and I'm out on the road?
You can buy some. You don't necessarily, you could pay with your own money to start out, but then you could also call and actually have you'll be reimbursed for it, usually on your next paycheck, as long as you file through Road Assist. They'll give you, it's an R. I think, yeah, we still use Micro 13s? No.
It's a PO request, man.
That's a cash PO request.
You pay cash.
That one, if you're getting stuff through Road Assist, it's actually going to be requesting.
And a lot of the stuff you can get if you let them know, you can get it when you fuel.
True.
They can add it to the bill.
Yes.
That's what he's supposed to say, man.
I've seen that, but
Team on the softball.
I've always paid my own money for it, but then got reimbursed on the back end. So that's what you'll do. You're not now. The thing is, when you're going to, if you buy an upgrade, Prime's not going to pay for that.
No.
So if you're wanting to buy, these have halogen, but I want LED, they're not going to pay for that. You're going to have to come out of pocket.
Yeah. Anything that isn't a Prime standard, you're going to have to come out of pocket of.
Exactly.
And then anything major, you can go to TA, and Road Assist will authorize you to get whatever part you need.
True.
Anyway.
Now, you have gotten all your parts, you've gotten all your stuff, you are ready to rock and roll. You need to go down, you need to talk to your fleet manager before you roll too, because you'll go down. Sometimes you may stay on the same fleet manager as you did on TNT, but a lot of guys will transfer from a TNT, which was leased in their company, they'll go to a company or a company fleet. Go talk to your fleet manager, meet him, and then you go get your own load. So you may get it from your dispatcher. You may also end up going to, normally they have you go over to driver's lineup because they'll end up having a lot of local runs that they can have you take, or people that have dropped loads on the yard, you can grab those and run with them.
Wow!
So,
making money.
Get out there, start making that money. So as we've covered through this, that's going to be the whole upgrade process. Is this going to be cookie cutter for every single situation? Obviously not, but this should give you a good little guide of what to look for and how to go through everything. If you had any questions or anything like that, feel free to hit us up. You can send a message, you can comment, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. We're going to see you again on the next video. This is going to be Primetime Fitz and Justin. We're out.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you've always wanted to get your CDL but not knowing how to do it, I want you to go ahead and go to driveforprime.com. I'm a CDL instructor, and if you end up wanting to have me as your CDL instructor, go ahead and put my driver code on your application, and when you come in, we'll see if you can end up getting linked to me. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and ring that bell in that upper right hand corner. That way that you'll end up knowing when I have new content coming out. Until then, drive safe.